Damien Barris-Haggett. Dominic Balcom on Facebook says, brilliant racing, Henry. Well done, mate. Watching from Braintree, Dom and Lottie. So that's fantastic. It just goes to show how many people are watching and listening to the BKC. It's, you know, the most popular non-MSA regulated championship. It's the first one to instigate Bambino racing in a true format, and we've just proved how exciting it can be. 5-second board is out, and the drivers get underway. I definitely know that there's Ollie Poole and Kasper Tomilewski on the second row. Drivers go up the hill for the very first time. And it's, oh my goodness me, it's 3-4 wide going up the hill as Barris-Haggett is stealing a march. He's been doing that all season so far. So we've got the likes of Ollie Goodyear, Addy Bucock, Liam Hartley, Riley Wright. The number 79 from Bracknell is making his debut as a cadet this very weekend. And to qualify in the top 10 on debut, where we've got 14 of them, is pretty impressive. So the two ahead, it looks to be Jack Burrows, I think, was alongside Damien Barris-Haggett on the front row. So they're trying to get away from everybody. Tomilewski looks to be battling with Lewis Stannard as Ollie Poole is in third place at the minute. Leaders come across the start-finish line, so Barris-Haggett in first. Burrows, Goodyear, Stannard, Tomilewski, Bucock, Poole, Hartley, Anslow and Wright. That's your top 10. And it's Linestone going up the hill. So Barris-Haggett has got a 0.3 of a second lead over Jack Burrows in the number 16 as they come down the hill for the second time of asking. Now, as I said earlier, it's very difficult to overtake here, but we have seen that the Iami Bambinos have proved to the contrary on that one, as it looks like Burrows is having Goodyear for company on the back bumper, as is along with Stannard and Tomilewski. That is your top 5, who are separated by just over 1.1 seconds as we now go on to lap number 2. Fastest lap of the race is not Barris-Haggett, it's Ollie Goodyear, currently third, 50.98. Tomilewski does a sub 51 as well, a 50.99. As looks like at the top of the hill, it looks like Goodyear's gone up. Oh, and the leader's been turned around. Oh, and there's 2 off. That's Barris-Haggett, Burrows and Goodyear all involved, and that has changed, and this means that Stannard and Tomilewski are now battling for the lead. Well, it was for a second, because it looks like Bucock's there as well. Bucock's now up into second, past Tomilewski. Then you've got Ollie Poole in fourth. So it looks like there was a slight clip to the back bumper of Barris-Haggett's car, if we can get a replay here. Like so the leaders come through, and it looks like there was contact between, looks like it was definitely contact there between Burrows and Barris-Haggett. So Barris-Haggett swooped in, and Burrows just clipped him, and then all of a sudden it took him out, spun him 180 degrees the wrong way. As we now have Stannard leading, Bucock in second, Tomilewski in third, Poole in fourth. And it is Linus Stern between the quartet, who last time round was separated by just over 0.6 of a second. Bucock coming under pressure from Tomilewski, who's also got Ollie Poole behind him. Poole's been having a bit more luck this weekend, but obviously with the 3 leaders now having that coming together has helped this quartet at the front to sort of start running away. But yeah, if we can get a look at that replay once again. So they come through, and yes, there was the slightest bit of contact between Goodyear and Barris-Haggett, and then all of a sudden, it was just all over. So Barris-Haggett is going to have a weekend, I think, initially to forget for the moment, as we've got the leaders going up the top of the hill into turn number 2. And it is still Stannard leading from Bucock. Tomilewski is putting the feelers out at the moment, trying to think of, can I make a move here? But now he's dropped back behind by a couple of kart lengths. He's taking Ollie Poole with him. And Jack Burrows in the number 16, as it looks like there's a change for the lead. Addy Bucock swoops past Lewis Stannard to take the lead. Now here we go. It's gonna really start to develop now, this little battle between this quartet. But I think behind them, I think Jack Burrows is just right behind. And Burrows goes and sets the fastest lap of the race, a 50.87, as Tomilewski is up the hill. Looks like Stannard's going to try and retake the lead. Bucock swoops in front. Nice clean move by the 53 there, as Tomilewski is fending off Poole, going down the hill for the first time on the lap. We're now on to lap number 5. But Tomilewski seems to get a good run of momentum coming down the hill. He's run on the back bumper of Stannard as they head towards the end of the Sector 2 into Sector 3. And then it's into this tight, twisty, momentum-carrying section with Stannard taking a wide line. Looked like Tomilewski did have a bit of clear air there to go for a gap, but I think has thought better of it. And now we have Jack Burrows bolting onto the back of this quartet, which has now become a quintet, going across the start-finish line. Up the hill they go, 2 minutes 44 seconds plus an additional lap remaining in this first heat for the Honda Cadets. And I have to say, it is definitely cat and mouse all the way through this race, as Barris Haggett now is resurging through the field. He's just gone up into 10th position. He's now gone from 10th to 8th position. And he's just posted a 51.1. And he's closing on Riley Wright, who's currently circulating in 7th position, as Tomilewski has gone to the outside line to try and cut in on Lewis Stannard there, but it's not quite working for the number 20. But I have to say, Adam Bucock in the number 53, who I spoke with yesterday, he's also going to be featured on Meet the Kids this coming week on Downforce UK's official Facebook page. So leaders come around the final corner. Up the hill they go. Barris Haggett now comes into my line of sight, and he's right on the back bumper of somebody else now. So that is... So there we go. If we keep the leaders, and as it looks like Tomilewski is going to lose out third, he does to Ollie Poole. So we've got just over 90 seconds plus an additional lap to go in this particular heat. So it's Bucock from Stannard. And it looks like Ollie Poole's now actually in... it looks like they're coming along a back marker, I think. That might be. I'm not too sure. Can't really quite make up the number. So leaders come across the start-finish line. Bucock continues to lead. Stannard in second. Burrows is now up. Now that's Jack Burrows, who got past Tomilewski. Poole now drops to 5th. He's going to battle with the Polish driver going up the top of the hill. And it's side by side for 2nd and 3rd. Well, was initially. As Burrows now has to quickly close the door on Tomilewski as they go down into the hill. 44 seconds left to go on the clock here in this first heat. As the action continues unabated, as looks like Burrows is still chopping off the access point for Tomilewski going into the final momentum carrying section here at GYG. So 30 on the clock, so I would think that the next time around it will be this an additional lap, one more additional lap. Damien Barris Haggett, I have to say, doing a credible job despite having been turned around in the initial opening barrage, as Stannard is trying to go for the lead on Bucock, but then has Burrows right up behind him. Tomilewski is there as well. Poole is waiting to pounce too, as time has now expired. Last lap board this time around will signal the last bit of action from our first bit of racing from the Honda Cadets, and they put on a really good show. So we still have Bucock leading as they now come towards the final couple of corners. Last lap board has been prepared, and it's being shown to Addy Bucock in the 53, Stannard 2nd, Burrows 3rd, Tomilewski 4th, Poole 5th. Barris Haggett has been on an absolute mission, and he's taking Riley Wright with him. Barris Haggett just did a 50.87, as has Burrows, but Burrows, on account of doing it first, is taking the fastest lap award in this race. So we now head into sector number 3 for the final time for Heat 1 for the Cadets. And it's still Bucock leading. Oh, and Tomilewski went up the inside of Burrows Great move by the Polish driver, waited, and now will come round into the final couple of corners. And Bukoc takes the win. Stannard second, Tomilewski third. Poole nips Burrows at the line by 4/100ths of a second. Barris Haggett resurgent after that 180-degree spin. Takes 6 ahead of, wow, I have to say, well done Riley Wright from Bracknell. 79, finished 7th on heat racing debut here in terms of that. So let's run you through the full order, shall we? So Adam Bukoc in the 53 takes the win ahead of Lewis Stannard, with Kasper Tomilewski and Ollie Poole completing the top 4, nipping Jack Burrows at the line. Damien Barris Haggett still continues to lead the championship.